It's virtual CES 2021 at geekazine.com. Continuing coverage of CES 2021 virtual, we're here with Adrian from Lify. Is it Lify Wellness?
Lify Wellness.
Lify Wellness. Tell me a little bit about your company, how it got started, and what your role is there, and then of course we can show off the product.
Definitely. Thank you for having us, here, Jeffrey. Much appreciated it. My name is Adrian. I am the Chief Revenue Officer of Lify Wellness. As you can see, these are the products of Lify Wellness. And we see ourselves as in a next Nespresso, but for wellness tonics and herbal tea. Okay. How we came up with the idea is that in Hong Kong, we have a very strong culture and tradition and using different herbal remedies. Like, for example, growing up as a kid, our mom will prepare different type of herbal soup or herbal tea for us to kind of prevent us from getting sick. For example, like things like sore throats, catching a flu, so on and so forth. So, but kind of after growing up, we have to kind of do all those things ourselves. So there are problems like, we don't know which type of herbs to use, buying the herbs, it's time consuming, coming back, preparation, everything, right? So
yeah, and I know if I do tea, I'm completely confused over some of the herbal concoctions out there. So.
Exactly. You don't like mix and match, right? But then you also have to have a good understanding in terms of the herbal nature. So we figure, there must be a better way, a more convenient way for consumers to be able to access to that kind of herbal wisdom to help them to kind of maintain their wellness, well-being. So we figured to use a very similar user experience as Nespresso, Keurig, Dolce Gusto, things like that, right? Like coffee capsule machines. But then for wellness tonics and herbal tea. And that's how we came up with the company. So we're a company from Hong Kong, launched back in December 2019. And then we've been in the market for almost a year. So we started in Hong Kong, and then we later expanded into Taiwan, Macau, and Southeast Asia. And year 2021, we are ready to expand into the U.S. market.
Oh, okay. So you're ready to go in and show your teas. And I'm just trying to remember because I learned the word for tea that because I'm working on some Chinese. It's Tao something, right?
Cha.
In
Mandarin, cha. Yes. And then it's very similar in a lot of Asian language. It's basically you will hear cha, ta, chai. That's So that's the word.
Okay, and I know herbs was the other one that I learned today, but I can't remember it. Anyway, the whole point is that herb tea, like in the United States, that is a lot of people are drinking more tea and are learning how to combine them for health reasons and things like that. So I guess that that's where Lify Wellness will come in. So why don't you, go ahead and show us how this system works.
Sure, definitely. So perhaps I can kind of go into explaining the three major parts of our products. So this is the brewer. A lot of people actually think that it could be like a coffee machine or a water filter or so on and so forth, but it's actually a specialized brewer for herbal beverages. It's an IoT smart home product. So our users can actually control the brewer using our Lify Wellness app, which is free to download on both iOS and Android. So there are two benefits the users can get from this app. A is to get recommendations based on things like weather, their mood. For example, if I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling dry, which formula should I drink? And then the third part is through a more thorough AI quiz that we could develop with a team of wellness professionals, including traditional medicinal practitioners, herbal scientists, dietitians, so on and so forth. Okay. So through this quiz, we hope to help our users to learn more about their body condition, the wellness profile, and then give them the right recommendation of the wellness formula to help them to achieve the wellness goal. So that's the first part, to get recommendations. The second part is after getting the recommendation, they can actually see the formula, the kind of the benefits, the nature, and then the ingredients, and then they can brew through the app. They can also customize the temperature, the water amount, as well as the extraction time to change the strength of the beverage to the liking. So these are the two kind of main benefit of using the app to control the brewer. So the second major part is a wellness.
Really quick before you continue. So the app, is it Android and iOS right now, or?
Yes, we're available on both stores.
Okay. And I know you're talking tea, but I do have to ask the question, can it also brew any type of coffee?
For now, we are focusing on tea because our brewer's infusion technology is quite different from that of a coffee capsule machine. If you have used machines like Keurig or Nespresso, you will notice that once you press the button, the water comes out ready. But our machine actually use a bloom and brew technique because we use 100% raw and natural herbs and tea ingredients inside our pots. They're not powder, they're not concentrate, they're not extract. So because we're a wellness company, right? We don't want to put anything nasty there. So it requires a very specific pressure and infusion technology to really extract all the nutrients and flavors in as short as 40 seconds. So right now we're not in the coffee market, but we're actually developing a new model of machine, potentially brewing both tea and coffee, and that would be great for our hospitality customers. Yeah. So user experience, as you can imagine, will be very similar to like a Keurig machine. There's a lid, on top of the machine. You insert a pot, close the lid. I can either brew it through the app. You can see, or I can just press a button, if I'm too lazy to use the app, so we have the smart brew and then the quick brew, on the machine as well.
Okay.
So while the tea is brewing, I can talk more about wellness formulas creation. So I did mention we create each formula with a team of wellness professionals to really handpick the best supercharged herbal ingredients as well as superfood. Things like adaptogens, CBD, collagen. These are very, very popular superfood in the US at the moment. So we've actually incorporated a lot of these superfood ingredients in our wellness formula. And then we pair it like things like fruits, tea, and then other types of herbs to deliver both functions and flavor, because we believe to achieve wellness, it has to be made into a daily habit. If something's not tasty, then you drink once, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, and each of the formula has a very specific wellness goal as well. For example, in this very stressful time, I guess a lot of people are having a problem with sleeping. So we have a sleep formula to help users to get improve sleeping cycle and quality. And then we have energy as in a natural alternative to coffee. So if you have drunk too many cups of coffee during the day, then this will be another alternative solution for our users.
Is there caffeine in that?
Yes. So we have black tea in it, and then we pair with turmeric. So turmeric is another very powerful adaptogen. And then we mix it with very fragrant spices, including cinnamon, black pepper, cocoa powder, so on and so forth. So, it's delivering the kind of the energy boost, and at the same time, it's a little bit sweet. So it's functional, and then it's also flavorful. So as you can see, the brewing takes, only 40 seconds. It's a really quick and convenient way for our users to get these wellness solutions while they're stuck at home. I guess this is something we see more and more often. Our users come to us say, "Hey, this is really a convenient and quick and clean way to achieve wellness at home or in the office."
Now, how many milliliters or ounces or whatever does that one machine make, or does that depend on what you put into the pod area?
That's a great question. So if I quick brew, meaning I don't brew with the app, I just press the button. It's a standard 200 milliliter.
Okay.
And then if I use the app, I can actually change the volume of my beverage from anywhere from 100 to 300 milliliter. So for example, if I use like less water, then the drink will get more concentrated.
Yeah, stronger and weaker. I do that a lot with my teas. Is I will put in water for concentration of the tea itself. So
exactly, and in addition to the amount of water, you can also kind of customize the extraction time, the bloom and brew, right? The blooming part. So the longer you extract, the stronger the beverage that you would get.
Okay, and how much water? For that unit, how much water can you put in at a time? How much can it hold?
Almost a liter. So it brews 4 to 5 drinks.
Okay, perfect. I'm assuming you'll also be making bigger and smaller versions as well, right? Eventually?
Later on, yes. Our R&D roadmap includes a commercial machine, as I mentioned. So it definitely comes with a bigger water tank and probably, like 2 drip funnel, to brew one for coffee and the other one for tea. For household, we're actually looking at, possibly something portable or smaller, but that will be, like on our kind of R&D roadmap in the future.
Okay. Is the tank removable, or can you pull that tank out, or?
Yeah. So it's as easy as this.
Okay, just like with a Keurig or anything like that. Perfect. And I'm assuming there's also cleaning methods similar to a Keurig or an Nespresso.
It's actually easier than cleaning a coffee machine as well because tea has no oil in it. So it's really easy. So once after you brew it, the pot drops to the collection drawer, and then all you have to do is to just throw these used pots away and then give it a rinse. Also, a point worthwhile to mention is that we actually took a lot of time in terms of coming up with different materials when creating the pots themselves, because one of the big criticisms of the capsule beverage industry is that they use a lot of plastic or aluminum metal to make the capsules, and once users are done with the brewing, they either throw it to landfill, and very little of them actually get recycled, and that's causing a big problem for the environment. So we actually came up with a plant-derived eco material. So the material actually comes from things like sugar cane, cornstarch, to create the pot material.
Oh, okay.
So not that this can withstand high temperature and pressure inside the brewing chamber, but the users can simply just throw them away to the bin, and once they hit landfill, they complete 100% of their composition in just 2 years' time. So it's really a beautiful balance between convenience and eco-friendliness.
Okay. Do you have any systems to make your own pods for your own tea combinations?
Yes. So the pods are all co-created by our R&D team and the team of wellness professionals, including traditional medicinal practitioners, herbal scientists, and tea masters. And then we source our ingredients really from the best suppliers, across the world. We do a lot of testings with them, and most of these suppliers that we work with, they're certified in Fair Trade, Rainforest Alliance. So it's to kind of have that sustainability, all across our product design, sourcing, value chain, so on and so forth. And then they are packed locally here in Hong Kong in our in-house robotic facility to ensure that maximum freshness, as well as we test them against like strict food safety rules as well.
Okay. Now on the app there, is there any connection to like Apple or to Amazon or anything like that? So I can set it up because I'm assuming in the app the night before I could put the pod in. So when I wake up in the morning, my tea is nice and hot and ready for me to grab. Are you working with any of those products?
So we have those modules built up, but so far the app is not linked to like Apple or Amazon voice command devices as yet. But still, because once connected with the brewer, you can actually turn on, turn off, the brewer, control the brewing, remotely using the phone on the app as well.
And I'm assuming that's all through Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth.
Exactly, you're right.
So if you forget to turn off the machine, you run out of the house, and you can go, oh, I got to turn it off and pop it. Okay. And I'm assuming that you'll also be able to create commands using third-party things like IFTTT.
So far, we haven't developed that part as yet.
Okay. Perfect. Well, let's talk price. And you said it's coming. It's in Hong Kong right now, but it's coming to the United States, correct?
Correct. We're actually selling to our customers in the US right now, starting after the CES show. The brewer is selling at $299. And then it comes with some assorted discs as in initial freebies. And then later on, each serving, which is 200 milliliter, costs $1. And the tubes here that you're seeing is actually the retail package. And each tube contains 14 of those pots, and one pot brews a large cup of wellness tonic. So it's $1 per pot. So 14 discs per tube. That's $14, and that's good for a week to two's consumption.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that the prices will vary depending on what ingredients you have inside and the cost to make those ingredients.
Exactly. So most of our blends, it's $1 per drink because we also want to make the idea just very similar to the Dollar Shave Club idea, right? We're actually launching a Dollar Wellness Club very soon. Consumers can just receive curated wellness formulas based on the body profile, based on the preference, delivered to the door every month without any kind of hassles. It's really convenient. But then we just also launched some premium formulas, including our CBD formulas. So here there's a CBD day and CBD night. So the day CBD day formula is basically aims to help users to kind of gain focus and energy during the day. So we use adaptogens like ginseng, licorice, and green tea pair with CBD to deliver that function. And for the CBD night formula, we pair with rose hip, roselle, as well as a pear to give a very fragrant and kind of a dreamy smell and taste to the tea for relaxation. We also launched a collagen infused tea, and then we pair with it super herbs that are very high in antioxidants for our users to stay young.
Oh yeah, we all need to stay young. Yeah, I know what that's like. Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. A great little system there, and then of course the subscription model that's with it. That's just that's a nice, well-rounded, rounded system. How do people find you guys? Do you have a website in the United States here?
Yes, you can search us.lifywellness.com, and Lify Wellness spells Lifywellness.
Okay, and I'll have a link in the show notes so people can get there. So, all right, well, Adrian, thank you very much for your time. You guys have a great CES, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot for watching this video for the CES Virtual by Geekazine. If you're over on geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, you guys geek out and take care.